Right, so let's kick off with this one.
Okay, this is taken by my friend Eric, who comes on tour with me and takes pictures. I put out a compilation of love songs for Valentine's Day called I Don't Do Love Songs.
Yeah.
And this is what we use for the pictures. That's a Dickies kind of shacket perhaps.
Faded pink, is it a peachy kind of tone?
Yeah, I would say so. I don't know, and matching pants.
Yeah, man.
I am wearing my own Garms underneath. That's that's my that's the world I want to live in. A single that I put out that comes from my album The City Needs a Hero. That's a t-shirt that came out with that single, and a bunch of roses from Marks and Spencer's.
Tonally matched with the fit, I've noticed.
I didn't actually think about that much, actually. Maybe I did subconsciously.
So it looks like a lovely fuzzy filmic shot where the tones are kind of maybe muted by the kind of film that the photographers used. Is that a true representation of the colours, do you reckon, or are we?
He shot some on digital, some on film. That's just in my flat, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just a wall in my flat.
High flash, dead honest. Like, I always think of flash straight at the person looks like a real kind of capturing a moment in time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful pic, man.
I don't know that much about photography, but I really rate when I look at something, I'm like, and I've been lucky to work with some, so Eric Barberini. A lot of my press photos are by Jordan Curtis Hughes.
Yeah.
He's on tour with the 1975 at the moment.
Sick, man.
So he's a hard man to get hold of. No, but he always know I can get hold of him. To shoot with,
to pin him down for a shoot.
Yeah.
Well, on the Garms front, man, like a matching set is a bit of a through line for you. You wear them a lot.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
I think one of the other pics we might have a little look at. We've got a matching set in potentially, but
yeah.
How do you? I feel a particular way when I put on a matching tracksuit or something that is cut from exactly the same fabric. Does it give you any kind of feeling, a matching set?
I have no idea. I think in a way, I'll have like mates that are helping me out, and they tend to just go to it. So I don't know what that's to do with. So like, there's a couple of friends, like my friend Aggie. He had a brand called Aggie and Sam.
Okay.
Amazing clothes, man. And then they went their separate ways. I think one of them went to Fendi, and then Aggie went to Burberry, and then Palace. He has been helping me with my clothes, and then another friend of mine called Fred. Well, actually, no. What Up Detroit? You might have seen him floating on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Manchester guy.
What Up Detroit?
Cheetham Hill's finest.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah. Works in Selfridges, but like he's been helping me as well, like just pick stuff out. I think he actually helped me with this.
Nice, man.
So I'd never like to say I have like stylists, but it's just like mates that know more
and know you. And
so they'll go, what about this? And I'll go, yeah, sick. And sometimes I'm like, no, I hate that or whatever.
Yeah.
But so I guess like, I do know, and this is why I like doing podcasts and even interviews, whatever, because you learn, like I have no idea. Like a lot of the time people ask me about creative decisions or whatever, I don't actually know why. Sometimes I know, sometimes I don't.
I'll tell you my feeling. Like I put a matching set on. It's never usually a suit, but a matching tracksuit, and I feel kind of relaxed but elevated. There is a through line. There's a thought, and it looks coherent altogether. And I don't know. It's casual, but more than that for me. Yeah,
I guess it's a way of making a statement. There's a level of confidence if you're wearing a matching set.
Yeah, especially in a bold tone like that. You know, it's it's a look, man.
I can imagine my dad being like,
man,
making a comment or whatever. Like,
pink is it's changed a lot in the last 20 years. I remember Top Man bringing in a lot of pink T-shirts in the kind of very early 2000s, and I think we've touched on it on this podcast before. But Kanye did a lot for pastel tone pinks and softer things like that, and kind of made it a little bit so the lads at school weren't having the piss taken out of them wearing pink, and now it's just normal, you know.
Yeah, I mean the idea of I mean, the idea of a colour being like effeminate or, you know, effeminate, you know, is like ridiculous. It's just a reflection of the light.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how can one be...
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, culturally,
yeah.
but then you might go to a different culture and it's a different colour that represents.
Yeah, man.
I just think, I don't know why people get caught up on stuff. It's like, use your brain, man.
Them meanings that culture has created are good to play around with, then, aren't they? You can kind of subvert and say things about yourself using that meaning, as ridiculous as it might be. So. Yeah,
I guess in a way, then I am doing that in this photo. I'm aware of the fact that people...
It's a Valentine's thing.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Heavy fit. What are you rocking in this one?
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, you pulled this from TikTok and Instagram.
I think,
concurrently.
Yeah.
A TikTok on Instagram. This is from my headline show.
This looks massive.
This was at Islington Assembly Hall at the end of last year. And I am wearing a Palace, like it's a double up and down.
Yeah, man.
You can't see it in the photo, but actually the T-shirt is the merch of a Korean group called Barman Tiger.
Okay.
Actually, I went to see them last week as well, but like this, I'd been to see them the time before that they came and played in London.
Yeah.
And they give me a T-shirt, so I wore it on that night. And then I'm wearing Reebok classics, like I was going to say, I
thought, even though they're blurred out, you can check Reebok.
Not workouts.
Yeah. Workout
yeah.
Plus, is it?
I think so, like Sports Direct, or like Sports Direct USC. It's all Mike Ashley.
Have you long been a fan of the Reebok trainer?
When I was younger, Air Max was kind of out of reach unless it was in the sale. So like, if I needed a pair of trainers, you know, my mum was really trying to go Walthamstow Market. Like, and I was like, you can't, because that's a bit, it's going to get mad for me. So then she would try and do something. So Reebok Classics, at that point, I'm pretty sure they were like £45.
Yeah, half of what you'd be paying for the Air Max.
Yeah. So you could do it and you could flex. And also, because I went to secondary school in Essex, it was like, that was all right, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to work at the JD Sports in Stratford Mall. And even then, like with the discount, Air Max was like, it was just a bit out of reach, man. So I guess like Classics became the one. Yeah. You know. And
became your trainer. Like
Yeah.
I've had long Reebok stints in mine and they feel comfortable and I think they age beautifully. I think they age much better than any other trainer, to be honest.
I think you might have better shaped feet than me.
But by that,
because I've destroyed a lot of Classics.
By that I mean they look good new and good fucked. Like they kind of wear their age well.
Classics, Classics. I think workouts are probably these days. I'll probably go fresh, but I think Classics beat up.
Yeah.
I think beat up workouts. Again, and this is where I think you could get away with beat up workouts better than me.
All right.
I think I look like a crackhead. but whereas I feel like you're like, he's a hipster. Like, do you know what I mean? He's got beat up workouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they probably go well. I mean, these trousers look fucked, don't they? But they probably match a beat-up trainer quite well. I think.
Yeah.
This picture I picked out because it looks like a very, very special outfit. Palace two pieces. That's a gorgeous piece of kit.
Right.
And I think I picked it out because of where you're at on stage. And it's quite a moving bit, that. I think it looks like it's from the end of a gig. The crowd are kind of adoring you on stage and you look really thankful to them. It's a beautiful moment. When you're choosing stage wear, are you choosing something that looks special, like that looks kind of performative? Yeah,
you're giving me a lot of thoughts here. I think the first thing, and I'm not showing off, but it was actually the beginning of the gig.
Was it? Oh, mad.
I came out and they just went mad straight up. They were just chanting at the beginning after the first song. And I was like, this is a bit mad. Like,
yeah.
I've only done one tune.
Moving, man.
So it was a bit like, I just had to stand there for ages.
Yeah,
it was kind of awkward.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Okay.
So
do you not deal well with compliments.
No, it's okay.
Like,
it's okay.
Just the scale of it, kind of.
It's okay, but it's just like what actually like when people are like chanting, what can you do? Like you actually can't do anything. You just have to stand there. I guess some people will lap it up, which I guess is a bit. So yeah, I'm not that. I guess it does make me a bit awkward because I just have to be like, I'm just there like. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of like the outfit, yeah, my friend Aggie picked this for me when he was at Palace, and yeah, they made. I'm not too sure. I may have to give that back actually. I think it might be a reference piece.
Okay.
I don't know if I should
sit on it as long as you can.
Yeah, it's hanging up.
All right.
I just wore it that one time.
It's gorgeous, man. And for those people who are listening in audio, have we got all over print on it? Is it printed?
Yeah, it's almost like cords, but like, and then like the print is like, what would you say? It's like embossed, or it comes out. It's like 3D.
Yeah.
So it comes away from the.
So it's like stitched in, but yeah, proud of it.
Yeah, so you can run your hands over it and stuff.
Man.
And I guess it was a bit of a reference of like, it was like doing the kind of. When I was growing up, this is another thing that I couldn't afford, was like what we would call off-keys, like Moschino and like Versace and stuff like that, where they would have the mad patterns.
Yeah.
I didn't realise, you go to like Pro Beta and places like that and get it, but it was like, unless you were like a shotter or an MC, it was just like out of reach really. But what I didn't realise, and I seen someone talking about this the other day, was that cheat codes, a lot of the rude boys would go and they would buy the girls. It was like the girls one. That's how you get the madder patterns. Okay. Was you would buy the girls ones. Yeah, so again, like that's, like you wouldn't have thought that that man would be like doing that, but it was a cheat code and everybody was just like accepted it kind of thing at the time. It's
basically anything for that thing that makes you stand out that little bit more, I guess.
Yeah. Like, and so there was a reference, I guess we had that photo of like Mighty Mo and Fonty. Yes, yeah. There's a famous photo of them in the off keys, which is kind of like the definitive photo. And obviously this is not an off key, it's not off keys, this. But it was kind of like taking influence from that kind of matching, like kind of like over the top patterns and stuff, and then doing something that was kind of like an update kind of.
It's dope, man. It looks great on stage as well.
Thank you, man.
This next one, I went on a deep dive on Dave's Facebook for February 2008. I don't know if that's when it was taken or that was when it was uploaded as a retro thing then, but yeah, let us know where you're at and what you're rocking in this one.
Yeah, that would have been February 2008 because this is at my club night, Monday Murkage, which I started September 2007. Okay. It would have been Freshers Week 2007. And so this night, if I remember, I booked African Boy. Do you remember him?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, one day I went to Lidl. Yeah. And he worked with MIA and stuff.
Yeah.
I ended up actually being his agent for a bit.
Did you?
But that's a different, I've done a few things.
That tune was so big.
Yeah, nice guy as well.
I think I still know the lyrics to that one, actually.
Yeah. He's got a lot of other good tunes as well. Obviously, that's the one that like everybody kind of remembers, but he was sick, and he still is, So that would be, oh my God, that's like, is that the drum and bass DJ, James G, in the background?
I'm loving this.
I've looked at this photo and I've never seen that before. Yeah, that is him.
Sick.
Yeah, so basically, what am I wearing? I'm wearing a Monday Murkage tee.
Repping your own Garms again.
Yeah, wearing my own. It's an easy thing to do, like when you're like, especially when you're like, you're on a budget, you just wear your own merch. Yeah. And then you're also like advertising your merch, So, and I guess JME was on that and stuff. I was like super obsessed with JME's MySpace at that period.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah. If JME replied to your MySpace, that was a great week, man.
I remember finding on eBay, I bought BBK t-shirts, and I remember finding on eBay someone that was selling copies of them, and I sent Jamie a message on Facebook saying, dude, this guy's fucking biting you, get onto him. And he sent me one back like saying, yes, bro. And then, like, I think took him down. It's like, oh, yeah, Jamie's replied, man. So, yeah, it was a big, thing getting a message.
Yeah, it was, man. It was. But yeah, I guess like the design of this is kind of like, it was like just coming out of like, we were kind of coming out of Nu-Rave or we're in the middle. It's kind of what I basically, the reason I started this club night, I could kind of see, basically at that point in Manchester, you weren't allowed to play UK garage in clubs, basically. If you played garage in clubs in town, they would just throw the DJ off the decks.
Yeah, racist store policies, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, it was the management, everything, you know, it was just like a problem. But what I realised was a lot of the kind of like people that were playing like electro, Nu-Rave were starting to sneak in the odd garage thing. So I'm like, okay, these lot are playing the stuff that I'm playing, that I was listening to on Pirate Radio when I was in London.
Yeah.
I'm in Manchester by this point. So I was like, what if I do a night where I play all the stuff that I want to play, but I just present it like it's one of these nights. So that's how it started. So that's the history of the t-shirt. We got an Adidas kind of like retro zip up top, which I guess would really be like inspired by my dad. My dad used to wear a lot of this stuff. Like there's a lot of photos of him like wearing that stuff when I'm a kid.
Tops, yeah.
Yeah, he just used to love free stripe. He never wore Nike really. He always wore actually Adi or Puma. Okay. Funnily enough. Like the Ops, man.
Are these from the early 80s, these pictures?
Yeah.
It wasn't really a thing in England as much.
Not early 80s, like more like
late 70s.
Yeah, I wasn't alive then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But the pictures of him, I mean, like that you might be.
I'm thinking more of like pictures where like I'm like in primary school or whatever, and he's there or whatever. So I guess I would have picked, because I still love a free stripe now, and I guess I would have picked it up off him. So I think that's why I'm wearing that. The fake chain, or I don't know. I think it's fake, or it would have been like really cheap or whatever. Is that's the kind of new. It was like the Nu-Rave thing. And sometimes I'd wear like my girlfriend's handbag around, she had like this red heart handbag. I'd wear that around my neck, or
it was just fun, flamboyant. There was a lot of plastic beads. There was a lot of mad sunglasses. It was just hyper expression, I think, and fun party times, I guess. When you're young, you can do that shit.
No, man, it was sick. But actually, speaking of flamboyant glasses, I actually kept it very simple. That's just the Ray-Bans, Wayfarers there. And like, I remember, I was always obsessed with these sunglasses. This is really interesting because I don't actually think about fashion that much. But when you're asking me, there's actually like so much shit to talk about that I've never actually thought about why I picked all these things until just like now, basically. But even with the sunglasses, just because of Michael Jackson, like I was obsessed with these sunglasses because he would always be wearing Wayfarers, like, and you know, be wearing like a military jacket or whatever, and like Wayfarers, and like, so I remember at that period it was more aviators that were in style. Yeah. And I remember getting a pair I had to find where I could get them. I think I had to order them from someone. Like, you couldn't get them in the shop. This was like before you couldn't get them in the shops. And I remember getting them and my housemate being like, you look like a dickhead. Like, just being like, what are you wearing? Because I guess to him, it looked like I was kind of 80s or whatever. Or I don't know. It hadn't come back in style yet.
Yeah. It did soon after that.
It did, yeah. I'll take credit, man.
Yeah, man.
I was the first.
Trailblazer.
but I lost them. I remember I lost them the day that I put on a night. This wasn't a Murkage night, but I did a night with my mate Kenza. I don't know if you remember, he's a graphic designer. He's my good friend. He was up in Manchester, same kind of time as me. But like, me and him put on a night, which is actually quite controversial now, actually, which was, at that time, they were going out as a joint package, Lethal Bizzle and Tim Westwood. Yeah. We put that on at like the Met Union, I think.
That would have gone off then.
Do you know what, actually? Westwood was very unpopular at that time. And I learned...
Unpopular?
Yeah, because I think because of Pimp My Ride UK, people hated him. Like, everyone was like, like when we were giving the stuff out, everyone was like, I'm going for Bizzle. I hate Westwoods.
Because he'd become too much of a caricature of himself.
I think he'd been around for a while, and a lot of people were just like, I hate him.
Yeah.
He's like super annoying.
Maybe they knew that he was a terrible sex pest.
Well, you'd hear murmurings, but it was just, you heard rumours about everyone, so you didn't really...
Yeah.
But I remember there being, and I don't think his lawyers can get onto me for saying this, but I remember soon after, like, when I was starting to kind of like sometimes end up in the One Extra building, getting the energy that even though he was like a boss there, that no one really fucked with him.
All right.
Like, do you know what I mean? It was kind of like, he was like, but I just thought it was maybe because, he had a lot of power and he was an old white guy, and so it was like a bit of a weird thing between him and other people. But obviously I didn't know all the stuff that was.
Yeah.
But anyway, that night I remember coming home from it in a cab, and I think I left them in a cab. I can't remember. It was like, I don't know if I was I never used to get that drunk when I ran parties, but I think, I don't know, there was something going on.
It's an easily forgettable item of clothing, a sunglass, like, especially when it's light when you go out and dark when you come home.
Yeah, because you're going to be in your pocket or something.
Yeah.
Maybe there was an argument about something, or maybe I was trying to chat up a girl and I just lost what I was doing. I don't know. I was probably doing something nonsensical, and that's why I lost them.
R.I.P. the Wayfarers.
Man.
It's a look. It's a great photo. Long exposure. So we've got these like laser beams coming around.
I'd love to remember who took it. Actually,
is this your man that you were on about? This DJ in the corner?
He I'd never seen that he was there, but he's a promoter and like a DJ as well. I forgot the name of the night he used to run.
What's his name again? Sorry,
James G.
Out to James G.
Yeah. Shout out, big shout.
Thanks for doing that, man.